One of the biggest East versus West rivalries is back in the books as Duke has finally accepted a home-and-home deal to play the Arizona Wildcats in basketball. The matchups will begin in 2023 with the Arizona Wildcats traveling to Duke on November 10th of next year. Duke, of course, will return to McKale Center to take on the Wildcats on November 21st, 2024. Old school Wildcat basketball fans will certainly remember this. Coach K was adamant about not returning to Tucson since his team lost to the Wildcats in double overtime back in February of 1991. That same Duke team marched all the way to the national title game. At the time, Coach K felt like Arizona's home court advantage was too much, and he even said that the band played loudly during Duke timeouts and the fans got in the opposition's face. It was a sign of the times. Let's hope McKale Center can get back to the same rowdiness and energy the fans displayed back in the 90s. But hey, that said, Arizona is one of the few basketball programs that actually have a winning record against Duke. All time against the Blue Devils, Arizona is 5-4. The Wildcats have won the last two meetings. The rivalry goes back, of course, beyond the games at McKale Center and at Cameron Indoor. Arizona also beat Duke in the West Regional semifinal in 2011 at the NCAA tournament. And the Wildcats lost to Duke in the 2001 national championship game, 87-82, in a controversial setback with many questioning the referee's calls or lack of in favor of Duke. The Wildcats are coming off of a 33-win season under Coach Tommy Lloyd and will have the Red-Blue game sometime in October. Still waiting for that announcement. All right, onto the gridiron, and Coach Jed Fish has added a number of new additions to this season's Arizona football squad, including wide receiver Jacob Cowing, who's just made the watch list for the prestigious Maxwell Award. The award is given annually to the most outstanding player in college football. Jacob Cowing is a sophomore and transferred from the University of Texas, El Paso. He's an Arizona native, and his family would already make the short drive east down Interstate 10 to watch him in El Paso. And now this, back at home, Arizona is inheriting a player in Cowing who ranked 7th nationally in receiving yards. And get this, last season with UTEP, he'd bust out with 1,354 yards receiving on 69 catches. Cowing was a first-team all-conference player before transferring to the U of A. The first chance Arizona fans will get to see him in person will be in September. Wildcats' home opener is on September 10th against Mississippi State at 8 p.m. at Arizona Stadium. We will hear from Cowing, who's super pumped up to be back in his home state and back closer to family tonight on News 4 Tucson at 10 p.m. And finally, the Tucson Roadrunners are a proud affiliate of the Arizona Coyotes, and as a minor league team, if you will, players come and go to the NHL. But in this case, it'll be the coach. Tucson Roadrunners coach Jay Verity, the head coach, has been named an assistant with the NHL's Detroit Red Wings. Verity had spent the last 4 years in the Coyotes organization, including 3 seasons heading up the Tucson Roadrunners. After I said Detroit Red Wings, you hear Matt Brode yelling out loud, of course, big Detroit fan. Now, if you're wondering, opening night for the Tucson Roadrunners is on Saturday, October 22nd, and the popular Military Appreciation Weekend will begin on November 11th. Other key scheduled matchups and promotions will be released in the next few weeks. That's it for now. I'm Paul Stikala. We'll be right back.